we are. Thank you for waiting. Here I am. Welcome, everyone. Anakasha here. And namaste and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about the Jaguar, my absolute favorite topics. I'm going to make sure I've got my Jaguar shirt on. And I've got my Jaguars here. You can't really see my altar, but I've got my obsidian Jaguar, black Star Jaguar, Ek Blam. So behind me, we are going to be talking about this amazing place where we will be going on the March Retreat. This is the Jaguar altar. You can see the door with the teeth around it. So it's basically the Jaguar's mouth. The Balam, which was the priests and priestesses of the Jaguar, who was considered the second most important entity, deity, divine presence after the snake, after the sacred serpent. And it's covered in, I'll show you more, like behind here, this side, you see these angels. Okay, there's more information coming to light about who they actually are. And it shows the three worlds. It's really quite amazing and very, very rare, because this kind of thing is made from stucco. And so the pyramids were made from stone, but all the decorations that were covered in carvings and symbols and altars and alchemical magic. And what they looked like, we can barely imagine now. Then they were painted all kinds of wonderful colors. And I have seen in my own travels, time travels and shamanic travels in this area for almost 10 years now, living here, in learning Jaguar medicine. It's a philosophy. It's a way of living. It's a way of living in unison with Mother Earth, with the divine and the earth, and between the worlds. So the beauty of Jaguar medicine and Jaguar vision and Jaguar vision quests is usually what I call it, is they've come through on every retreat I have done here for 9.5 years now. This March will be the 9.5 year. And what we had every single time in a different way, the Jaguar would start to come through, guide a whole shamanic journey, bring in the medicine, the energy, the wisdom, the love, and all energies are gender neutral. Okay, so a god or a goddess is a representative of a particular aspect of conscious energy that has certain powers, and masculine and feminine, yin yang, have to be balanced in order for us to have a physical world. And we are balancing them within us, and all the things in the sacred ancient cultures, and so beautifully in the Mayan culture, is that love, that recognition that you are the above and the below. You are the divine and the human. You walk that way every day. You don't walk in lack of worthiness. You don't walk with all these belief systems that you're bad and you're naturally bad and that you have to achieve or pay for salvation, or that someone or something outside of you is going to save you, or that there's a divine power that is better than you. You are one. You are me and I am you. I'm another you. You and the divine are one. That's gods, goddesses, fairies, divas, angels, whatever you want to, however you want to relate to these energies. So everything in every form has a medicine. That is a beautiful, I like, indigenous often way of expressing the energy, the personality. So if you drink tea, I'm not a big tea person, but if you drink tea, there's all these different teas. Now you might drink tea for the flavor, but if you understood them as an herb, as a plant, as a flower or a leaf, I don't know what, or a root, right? You can make a tea out of many things. That part of the plant has a different energy, a different medicine, the root, than the flowers or the leaves do, or the pollen. And the plant in and of itself, like ginger, has certain medicines, very, very good for your stomach. It can literally heal stomach problems if you drink enough fresh root ginger tea for 6 months or more. I did it, so I know. The ginger has medicinal qualities, we would call it, because it supports your immune system. It has a medicine, it has a personality, but it's very different than chamomile. You wouldn't go to a spicy, hot, picante kind of root like ginger for the same medicine you would go to chamomile for, or lavender. Most people understand. Those are soft, relaxing, right? These are releasing stress, relaxing into the moment, receiving more. So the Maya understood, and one of the reasons that I know I was called to live here, very interesting how you are called forward by spirit and don't have a clue why, but you stay aligned to your path, to your own spiritual promise, that purpose, that blueprint, that you came here on a fully funded mission. You have everything you need. If we would just stop trying to figure it out, force it, chase it, grab it, hoard it, judge it ourselves, everyone else, what you have, what you don't have, all of it is a big circus. And what the Maya understood is I am divine and I am human. And there's nothing wrong with either one of those. I'm not less than that I am human. I am a vessel for the divine. That gives me a very important purpose. There's a reason I'm here. So you know there's a reason you're here, and you feel like it's something bigger and better. And we're all having a lovely global breakdown in the fact that the way things have been isn't working anymore. So whatever way that unfolds in your reality, in your country, in your family, in your mind, inside of you, are you taking on stress? Are you drawing from the circus out here? I call it the circus because there's a million people doing different acts at the same time. Some are flying through the air and some are shouting with a bullhorn. And, that's the external world. What ancient civilizations, mystery schools, cultures, wisdom, which is also our future, is that we are here to marry now and open the space for a future, that the wisdom of the ancients can move into us, through us, and then together we create a new reality. Many cultures understood their calendar, none as well as the Maya. Before anyone else, more complex still to this day than anyone else. Their writing, their math, their science, their astronomy, their astrology, their prophecies. It goes on and on. And the truth is that the Maya ascended, similar to the Anasazi, the Maya that we think of very long time ago, 30, 50,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago. And the Maya came all the way up into the 1500s, right? 1600s when the Spanish came. And through all of those eras, the wisdom in this land, in the Yucatan where I live, is been married with as above, so below, as within, so without, respect and reverence for Mother Earth, the moon, the sky, Grandmother Mukane in the earth, transmuting all of your fear, all of your pain, all the pollution we put in the earth. What does the earth do? It's exactly what she does. They understood everything, had a role, had a medicine, and that you have certain guides and you have certain purposes, but we all have the same structure of reality, let's call it. When you live in the world and you believe that you are put here with a divine purpose and that you are human, but you are also divine, and that everything around you is alive with medicine, and it is here because it is a master of light, it is full of wisdom, and it is full of unconditional love. These are the main principles of the Maya in their sacred work. There is much in history all around the world that has misinterpreted, lied, erased, rewrote, Most histories, that's what you do when you conquer someone. You erase their history, you take away their sacredness, you interrupt their ability to connect directly to their source of truth, of the divine, of health, and you force them to do things your way, use your words and your things. So the beautiful thing about the Maya is that some of them ascended, which means that their culture, their wisdom, their magic, their love, their understanding, their equality. The Maya we're talking about are the ones that lived in harmony and in balance. The Maya of that era, of those wisdoms, is what I call the blue heart of truth. The Mayan blue heart of truth is what beats inside of this earth. It beats within our soul, our spirit, because to me, it is the one that says, we are one. I am you. You are me. Thank you. And we work together. And we're always in that harmony. We're in flow. We're in flux. We have a very mixed up idea in many Western cultures, meaning, of course, the Mayan are Western, but meaning in newer cultures, let's say, of demanding results now, demanding it in a certain way, feeling unfulfilled, unsatisfied, disappointed, unwilling to believe it, unwilling to trust it, unwilling to go for it, unwilling to rest and wait for it. Where is it? I want it now. Why hasn't it happened? If it hasn't happened, clearly this doesn't work. And we want to fight for the limitations. Now, I don't do that, but I was raised that way. And that's the culture I came from. And it's the culture in many, many places. The culture of the ancients was more connected to natural rhythms, cosmic rhythms, the sun, the moon, the equinox, the solstice, the eclipses. They watched the stars, they tracked the stars, they prophesized with absolute accuracy out through this time. The Mayan calendar did not end in 2012. Okay. And so it told us it was the end of an era. We are now in the era of unity. So when you are called on a vision quest in the indigenous cultures I've studied with, primarily directly the Lakota Sioux and Maya and Aztec and Hopi. However, I've been in many, many schools of the Jemez and that Taos. I lived in New Mexico. And of the other cultures across the US where I've lived, the places in Europe that I've studied, the Celtic cultures, 16 years in the goddess shamanic world and that culture, and learning that Greek, Egyptian, 3 mystery schools in Egyptian culture, ancient cultures, but it's sacred geometry, it's understanding the universe, it's understanding what we would call quantum physics now. It's understanding communication with other realms, it's understanding the universe and how the living energies move through everything, that these stones are alive, that they are filled with information, that just from this picture, you're downloading information. You may be connecting to this, you may be remembering it, you may be feeling it already. I'm going to walk you through a few more pictures and tell you about our day, which is day 2 in this beautiful trip. Now, we are going to be communicating and traveling with the Jaguar because she is my spirit guide. And she is Grandmother Mukane, who is also called Jaguar Grandmother. She's the heart of the earth. She is my life guide. So that is just like keeps multiplying the Jaguar aspect of it. I've spent a lot of time here in the last 9 years working, doing Jaguar ceremonies in different ways, receiving some really amazing opportunities in these ceremonies to be gifted with or to hold different sacred items and understand what the wisdom is deeper and deeper. Primarily, I want you to understand that Jaguar does not hunt humans, does not eat humans, it will not hurt you. And recently I heard about someone who was in the jungle not far from me and came across a baby jaguar. And I thought the story was going to end with, and then the mom killed them all. Because it's no different than a mama bear. It's no different than any mama. Most mothers will attack if you are standing near their baby. For some reason, that didn't happen. And that is a huge sign of some really beautiful magic happening right now. A baby jaguar, of course, is a sign of something new, something reborn, a new rebirthing of jaguar medicine. Yeah. So come with me, please. So jaguar medicine is something you can call on, of course, even if you haven't been here. And you call on her. Now, she has a male aspect too, if you prefer. She's a loving mother. There's a softness to her touch, her fur. Sometimes she holds you as if a cat was curled up around you and you maybe could feel the purr. I was told by somebody that jaguars don't purr. And I said, well, I've heard them, both in my shamanic travels, in my etheric work, and reality. So then I looked it up and they do. It's just called something a little different. The mechanism is different, but they do make vibrations and they're sound healers. They are one with the earth. They guide you between the darkness, between any transition that you're in, which is basically through death or across the shadow world or through the underworld, which is called Xibalba, to the Maya. And when you cross that, you are going into a new reality. So the same way that many people understand the ancient Egyptians had the idea that you would cross the river Styx in order to go to the new world. And they packed up all your goodies and things you might need to go with you because you were going to a new world. Your body was not the finite ending. And this is something many cultures understood, and it's time for everyone to understand. This body is a vessel and a container for your divine self. Your divine self is not the infinite. It is something you created and co-created with all parts of you, every life, with all aspects of you that have a plan. So you would call in, oh, I'm going to work with the dolphins and I want these angels to be with me. And I would like to be a dream walker, and I would like to be a plant speaker, and I would like to be a horse whisperer, and I would like to be a dolphin kisser. Okay. Like, what's the medicine you wanted to come with? What's the vibrations you wanted to shift? What's the old patterns and the old beliefs and the old fears that we see just pooping right out of the planet and everybody right now? Fantastic. Let it go. Say, yes, it's coming out. It's going away. It can be transmuted now instead of hiding deep, 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 deep within and being a bunch of goo. So what's beautiful about jaguar medicine is the vision they see in the dark. And they give you that vision. What does that mean? Does that mean you can walk around your house and not bump into furniture? No, it means that you don't worry about going into your own shadows, going into your own fear, going into the unknown, stepping out of your comfort zone, moving forward in your life. That's the medicine. This medicine is vital for life right now. You're not going to be navigating through a world that is just like, oh, well, it's easy today, it's easy tomorrow, everything is fabulous. We are in transmutation. We are in metamorphosis. And if some people, you probably do, if you're here listening to me, because you've been in my world for a while, or you've been thinking like me, and you know that we're in a long awaited, celebrated, powerful, wonderful metamorphosis, and it's about time. There is nothing in our mindset, our culture, or anything that we need to worry about holding on to or preserving, because none of it makes sense where we're going. We're stepping back into being the creator and walking into worlds, being the in-between world. So when you walk with the jaguar is walking with you. What's the jaguar? Unseen. Nobody sees. It doesn't break things. It is one with the earth. In fact, when I walk with jaguar, this has happened at this very site to me and a couple other times. I will walk with her. I will become a jaguar or be inside of her. And I will notice that my paws are not only walking very gently, touching the earth with great sensitivity, feeling all the energies in the earth. What's going on in the earth? Waters and oils and minerals, earth. Wow, roots are growing, animals are stirring, rabbits are nesting deeper and deeper. There's molten energies that are rolling, and the tides and the moon are pulling the energies. So many vibrations, so many energies are in our sacred mother. And Ishel is Mother Earth, rainbow fertility women. She is the goddess of the moon. She's called the white-faced one. She is the one that pours the moon down on you. But she is also the earth. She's the surface. She is that part that makes every part of form and nourishes you with the minerals that you need. And the snake on the hat represents enlightenment and love. And this part here where the snake is tied is actually in the original drawings and carvings inside of some of the temples that we don't have access to anymore, is a figure 8. So the serpent is the divine masculine, come to earth, turns around. Figure 8 is the divine feminine, going back up to earth, bringing life force, bringing sun, bringing wisdom, bringing divine water. That element holding all of that and the unconditional love, it's poured into Ishel. She is the earth. She receives the water. That's what happens a couple days after the one we're talking about now, is the serpent comes down on the equinox. That's what that represents. She is given the water. The water is the rains, and then she pours them into the earth. And it's just like Demeter in the Greek pantheon, the goddess of spring, right? The renewal happens. Then things begin to grow. So when you have the serpent coming down, bringing you life force and unconditional love, you are remembering you are divine. You are son, or the son of the Father, or the infinite, because you are both. You are not separate. Then, as you receive your divine essence and energy in through your chakras and your spine and down into your body, the same way that Ishel, that Mother Earth, receives that light, receives that water, receives that divine blessing from above, it goes into your body, it nourishes your body, it makes your body a good place to plant your dreams. So you start to see the beauty and the flow in the mindset, in their cosmovision, the way that the ancient Maya saw this. There was peace and equality. The priestesses and the women were wise women. They were leaders. They were queens. They were healers. They were artists. They were scientists. They were astrologers. They were astronomers. They were priestesses, and they had equality. They could marry, and then they could leave the marriage with everything they had. They didn't have to ask permission to leave the marriage, and everything they brought into the marriage was agreed that it was theirs. There was never an argument over it. It was always only in divine flow. The divine women. So this is where you go, and there should be a link below if you want to come to this retreat, and if you want to talk to me, there's a link on the page for that too. So what happens then is that we're in the process, and I'm going to bring you into this cocoon. And the first day we're going to be on the beach, and we're going to be a few blocks from the beach and a few blocks from the longest walking street I know in the world, was just full of beautiful restaurants and stores and yummy things. And you can come a day early if you would like to play in Playa del Carmen. And then we will begin in the morning, and we're going to go out to our sacred cacao ceremony, to our heart ceremony. We're going to reboot our heart. We're going to go into the womb of the mother. We're going to be blessed by Ishel and Grandmother Mukane. We are going to have a cacao ceremony, a spa. We're going to have pre-Hispanic music, sound healing. It is one of the, I do it every retreat. As long as we have access to this private place, as long as I have access to this divine woman, this is a medicine I want everyone to have. It is experience outside of this world. And then we will move into going directly from there to Valladolid. So we will head into the jungle to this beautiful little, I'm going to share my screen with you, to this beautiful, I think it's this one, small colonial town. And this small colonial town is called Valladolid, and it is a beautiful little town. We're going to stay in a gorgeous hotel, which is an old family home right on the town square. And that morning we will get up the next day and we will go to Ek Blam. So Ek Blam, this is the Jaguar altar. Now we can't go inside, but we will keep visualizing that for you. We can sit in front of it. We arrive before anyone so that we can go and we walk in sacred space. I will have shared this with you. You will have already had your activation with me and the sacred cacao and the heart opening and the purification with the mother. You will be ready in this morning to walk with the Jaguar. When you walk with the Jaguar, you walk so softly on the earth that you actually, the paw sinks into the earth. And you can see through the earth, it's there, but you can see that it's really just light. And you can see that actually the Jaguar doesn't walk on the earth or above the earth. She walks in the earth. And that stillness means that she's safe everywhere she goes because she can see in the dark. She can see through any shadow or any fear, yours or anyone else's. She is unseen unless she wishes to be, and she sees all. She has the heart and the ability to love unconditionally because she is not attached to anything, and she is the guide between the worlds when you go on your sacred journeys and your shamanic healings, when you encounter your truth, your other lives. As you walk through this world from now on, you are not going to be walking in one world. It's time to know that this is a skill you need. And she's going to be taking you in a way that you feel seen and held and reminded of your love and your power. And then you're going to enter the other world. So these are our retreats. And when you enter this other world, here's just 2 quick pictures. I'm going to make you a video of each day coming up soon this week. This is Michelle. Here she's preparing. She prepares all of our cacao from scratch on her grandmother's metate. She cooks everything upstairs on an open fire. She lives in this sacred land. She tends to this sacred cenote called Guadalupe cenote, which is the Divine Mother. And she has personally healed herself physically and emotionally from deep pain and others. And this is where we will go into the water after our beautiful cacao ceremony. So then that afternoon we go to Valladolid. We wake up and we go into our beautiful. So here's a good, much better view. You'll be sitting right in front of this. You can see the angels above. So one of the other cosmovisions of Maya is that they simplified that there are 3 worlds. There is this world above, there is this world on the surface, and there is this world underneath us in the world. It wasn't evil, okay? And so you can see these angels above, you can see other people, you see the mouth of the Jaguar. Then coming down the sides, we have the sacred symbols for transformation, the X's, for the flow of waters, the sacred snake, Chak, the rain god, abundance, pouring down, again, purification and love. The Jaguar taught the Maya how to live on the earth, where to find water. So they believe that the rain gods and the Jaguar are similar. So I'm going to share a few pictures with you of this beautiful site. One of my favorite things about this place is that not a lot of people go there, and you can climb on everything. Not common. Every single temple you see, there's ones over here and here and here. The one I'm standing on is one of my favorites. The big pyramid is the one in the background. Underneath that palapa roof there is the altar I just showed you, crossed over there. That's where we will be climbing to do our activation. This temple I discovered on my very first time here was a sacred magic school. And I've taken many of my retreats here, many of my friends here. We've gone into different aspects of it. We've felt it. There's a vortex at the top, and it's very unusual because it is feminine. So it is rounded. It could have served for the Pyramid of the Moon. All of the sites had them. This is a ceremonial site. All of these temples here were not lived in. They were not tombs. They were not houses. They were not governors' palaces or castles. And they were used daily, but they were part of that sacred spiritual life I told you about. This is at the bottom of the temple I was just on. This was when we went to England last year. We stopped on our way to Cancun. We went here. It was later in the day. You can see how red I am. It was very hot. Chris had already left and gone back to the car. And still, even though 2 hours later, he ate, he drank, and then he died twice in the car. So that's him. There's nothing to do with you. It's his process right now is being reborn and rebooted. It was actually a really beautiful rebooting. So we were here on our way to England, and we came here to ask that the upcoming eclipses, very similar to what's happening now, the upcoming eclipses were portals for us to shed the old, that we no longer carried the parts of us that didn't serve our greater good, that we stepped out into that which we were moving towards. Chris left. I went over to the pyramid over there, and I had a really epic experience. And there's another view from there. Here we are in front of the temple of the and you're about halfway up the pyramid at this point. This is a huge Acropolis pyramid. They haven't excavated it all. These are older. These are many, many years ago. From the top of the pyramid, looking across at that pyramid, of the feminine pyramid over there. This was one of my groups when we were doing our activation here. This is other places on the land, some of the sacred Mayan symbols, some of the glyphs, some of the wisdom, some of the temples. Everything has a different energy. There's healing energies in different places. There's cleansing energies. There are alignment energies. There's portal energies. Depends what you do there, what kind of sounds you make, how you go into ceremony, and everything is extremely beautiful because the whole site is called Ek Blam, which means Black Jaguar or Star Jaguar or Black Star Jaguar. I have had times when I was here where I sat at the top of the pyramid and the jaguar appeared as an enormous head, a head jaguar, which is what I have here on my obsidian jaguar carving of the ancient Maya, where the human is inside of the jaguar head. And the jaguar was over the whole land, all of this land, right, that you see here. I was sitting right there, and the jaguar head was over me. I could see her. It was a black jaguar head. I could see through her head as well because it was, she was etheric, but it was enormous, and I was inside of it. And I had this whole experience, this whole download. And this was very, very early on. This was 9 years ago when I first I started, Jaguar came to me within a month and a half, I guess it was, of me arriving in Playa, not knowing I was staying here to live here, just by the way. I was told the Jaguar will find you, and so will the shaman, and they did. So, and then this was one of the times when she walked through the jungle with me. I became her. I walked with her. I felt what it was like to see through all things, to fear nothing, to be still, to know that I was not in danger. I didn't have to protect myself. That embodiment changes everything. What you experience when you're here, I don't know. You will have an experience. I will guide an experience. You will begin having an experience now if you've signed up, Grace. You may already have. Many of the experiences that happen are experiences that give you answers to the very real world practical issues that you have going on. Your fears, your worries about money, about your health, about love, about family, about everything about the future, about the circus happening out there. It's not yours. It's not your circus. Come with me, live in the light. We're in the light. We're building the light world. The more of us live in the light and let the circus go on, we change the circus by staying in the light because it gets further away and we make more light. And Jaguar woman, Jaguar medicine, Jaguar grandmother, Eshel, all these beautiful aspects, the ancients around the world, even where you're living, the earth where you're living, your body, these parts of you that yearn for peace and harmony, they're remembering that you knew this peace and harmony. You knew it regardless of which cultures and which countries you were in, because we all had lives in these ancient cultures that had these beautiful experiences. Now, when look at this. This is just a better view of it. And you can see why, unfortunately, from a bigger view, it's unfortunate they have this roof, but you can see why, because the rains would ruin it. And so when you're here, these are living beings. The stone is living. The stone is filled with information. Time is existing all at once. That means that the sacred ceremonies that happened here are happening the same moment when you're standing there. Now, in order not to be overwhelmed or afraid of that idea, we go in. My hearing just went out and I have a ringing in my ear. I must be receiving something. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I receive, I accept. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I receive, I accept. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, that was a big download. My hearing went away and a huge ringing noise started. As soon as I accepted it, it started to go in. It started to go like, ooh, get lower, lower, lower. So as I was saying, these symbols hold power and medicine, the way we talked about herbs earlier. These sculptures or statues, these embodiments of an angel or a jaguar or a mother or a point of transformation or a stars. The Maya originally came from the Pleiades and then Atlantis. And so they have, because they have been on the planet and still are on the planet, for so long, in my opinion, 60,000 years or longer, there's many different energies here. There's star energies, there's star portal energies, they're megalithic, neolithic, whatever you want to name the age. There's the understanding that each of them had, the perspective. Maybe one was better at understanding the stars and communicating, right? Or traveling or creating portals. All temples, pyramids, stone circles are built on top of earth energies that are very special, which is why every culture that came, whether they conquered or they came upon an abandoned civilization, they knew where the temples of the previous culture were, was the sacred land, was the sacred information, was the sacred earth energies, as well as the cosmic energies. It's why people built churches on top of pyramids, well, also to conquer, but that they also knew that, okay? They built the churches on the same ideas. Believe me, they're not dumb. And so when you come into here, like right now, maybe these symbols are speaking to you. Maybe there's a great gateway to the Pleiades, maybe the seven sisters. Now there's more in the Pleiades, but they related to them as the seven sisters and the seven divine sisters that came down as the seven sons to seed. If you've heard about being in the time of the fifth sun and being in the time of the sixth sun, this is part of that magic, that story unraveling. So know that also the Mayan elders teach that these ancients didn't just do the sacred ceremony. I know I was saying that, don't worry, I am extremely prepared. I have been doing this for a long time. I am a shaman priestess. I'm a seer and an oracle. I have been working here in this land. I have working at these sites. I have been learning from the Maya or the teachers or so on. And I speak to the land. I go and ask permission for us to come. I ask for us to go in sacred space, protected with the ideal energies for it. And when we come in, there is already a ceremony waiting in the ethers. The Balam are there. The priestesses, the priests are there. The ceremony is going. The copal is being burned. The drums and the rattles are there. Everything is ready for us. So you will be able to tune into that before you may start hearing it. You may feel the heartbeat. When you walk, I'm going to ask you to walk as if you are already in sacred space, all the way through the jungle to this place. It's not far. You are going to enter because you are here for your soul. This is a spiritual calling. These are initiations. Now on the equinox, we're going to have 2 solar initiations. We are doing this first our heart ceremony, first going into the womb of the earth, going into the mother, being purified, our heart opened, healed, reconnected to our inner child, and we are ready to enter our journey. We cannot bring our pain, we cannot bring the past. We have to move forward. Then we will reemerge, we will rebirth from Shibalba, and we will walk now with sacred Grandmother Jaguar. And she will carry us. She will guide us. Black Star Jaguar will guide us. The priests will be there. The priestesses will be there. The medicine women. Were you one of them? Does it matter if you were? Did you experience it? Could you feel it? Is it calling you? Is it reminding you of something? Is it waking something up within you? There's something in your DNA. There's something in your soul blueprint. There's something in your divine parts of you that are waking up and that are ready for this kind of medicine. The cacao goes into you. It tastes delicious, but it is now a part of your body, and you are a part of her. And she is a seed, and she is the seed of abundance, and she is the goddess of love, and she is the divine feminine in your heart, healing your heart and opening it and warming it and radiating it. You get to enter into a sacred experience with a heart that is gentle and loving and ready. And now Jaguar will take you through your fears, through your shadows. The vision quest is I am here for me. I am here to find myself. I want you to look at this for a moment in silence and feel it. If you can zoom in on your screen, please do. Whatever you feel drawn to. If you feel fear over seeing the door look like a mouth and the teeth around it, then I want you to focus on that fear. And then I want you to get the fear cleanse that we did on Sunday. And I want you to free yourself and realize that that's a doorway to your power. And the fear is telling you that if you are ready, go this way. It does not mean you're going to be eaten. Jaguars don't kill people. They're powerful, sacred medicine. If you enter the Jaguar guides you and carries you. You see through her eyes. You walk with her stillness. And so much more happens. I used to be a little bit afraid of some of these carvings, some of their glyphs. They made the faces very strange. And you can see in the corner, this underneath the mouth is the underworld, is the inner earth. And all of these movement represents that movement of everything in Mother Earth. We talked about all the minerals and waters that are feeding you, that are happening. And this face on the end is a particular glyph, a particular god that represents some of the most beautiful energies that look strange to us. But when we surrender that this is about embracing your ability to transform who you are into who you wish for, this is an empowerment and an embodiment and Mother Earth is there to support you. So all of these things, keep just letting them come to you. Perhaps one is feeding you, one is giving you some kind of beautiful energies. Here's a close-up of our angels above, and I'll be sharing more about who those are. Many people, including me, when they see these, say, Mayans, angels. We are one. In Lakech, Alakin, I am you. You are me. Every symbol, everything on their body, on their head, in their ears, in their crown, everything around them, every single flower, every spiral, everything has sacred meaning. Everything is emitting a medicine, emitting an energy, emitting something beautiful. It's a guide. It's a beautiful energy. This is a map similar to when you go to ancient Egypt and you see the carvings everywhere. It's alchemical formulas for your personal transformation. This is about your inner transformation and your raising of your consciousness. This is Valladolid, where we will stay. This is the square right across from our hotel, little colonial town. This is the courtyard and the restaurant where we will eat once at least of the hotel, of the place that we'll be at. That's called a mokahete that Chris is eating. It's a big bowl that's a hot stone, and all the foods, grilled and vegetables and whatever, come in it. They make things right by your table, the guacamole, everything. Okay, good. So what I want to do is take you back here, and we'll go a little bit deeper. I don't know how the sound will come, but I am going to attempt to play this. I want to share something else. I don't know if you can, whoa, if you can see it. So this is a jaguar. It's wood. It's carved by a beautiful man from the Chichen Itza Pueblo, and he made it to be half Kukulkan. But this is what the jaguar altar looks like in the Chichen Itza pyramid. So the jaguar medicine is inside the Chichen Itza pyramid, even though we relate to it primarily through the sacred serpent, the Kukulkan coming down. I actually got to go in and sit on this thing when I was in my 20s. So, whoa. Now, this is a jaguar whistle, and the Maya make them and they sell them here. I got it at Ek Blam. You can put it on a rope and wear it around you. And it has an obsidian man coming out. Oh, here we go. Out of the mouth. That's the face. And see if you can see this, my jaguar is, yeah, not really, is a jaguar head with the man coming out the mouth. All right, and this is a direct carving from an ancient Mayan thing. They did the same thing with the serpent. Did it mean that it was eating you and it's evil? No. It means that it is your guide. It will carry you when you need to be carried. It will protect you when you need to be protected. And you are one. You and the jaguar are one. You and the earth are one. So I'm going to play it. I don't know if you will hear it. It sounds a bit like a roar and then a growl. I have a bigger one that's a little bit better downstairs, but she's calling to us. So I'm going to go ahead and put back up the picture of the altar so you can tune in. I'm just tuning in. I ask you to do this now. So I want you to breathe in and breathe out. Really? Okay. So I'm being told to, let me see. I'm not trying to make you sick. Okay. So they're saying, I don't know if I have pictures for every day yet, but just to walk you through this so then you can stand in context. So day one, you arrive and you stay at the beach and maybe we meet for dinner. We go to the roof pool in the condos that we're staying in. And then day two, we go to our cacao ceremony and our spa and we were reborn. And we go to Valladolid and we wake up in the morning and we go to the Jaguar temple. And we have our initiation and our vision quest. And we go and experience. Now, when I was there in October, after Chris had gone back to the car, I was sitting here. Jaguar took me down through this temple, down into the earth, through the pyramid, across the land, up and out of that feminine temple across the way I showed you. And then different things happened. She was telling me things, but I was running with her. She was running. And we were running through the earth. We were in the earth. We were underneath the earth. We were not traveling on the earth. We were traveling in the earth. And we were going very quickly. And all these things were coming to me. And when we came up through that other temple, like a pyramid, I shot up out of it and became a cross of light, literally like a cross. And I hung way in the sky like that. And all I heard was, I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Now, other things happened. However, I'm going to need to mute. Give me a second. I need to get something to drink. Thank you. I had a release. I had a coughing release. Okay. To the middle door. Yeah, I know. Me too. Now I've gone down there etherically several times, and I am now moving into a phase of my Mayan life that I believe these kinds of things are going to start to open for us. So the Mayan Mystery School of the Cosmic Mystery School is officially open. How they represent spirits. Yeah, it's so empowering to look at something that looks weird, freaky, creepy, weird, unusual. What does it mean? Why is their tongue sticking out? and realize that, in our culture, if someone was going, "Nah," you would be like, oh my God, that's horrible, and to the Aztecs, it was giving life. And, to the, in Asia, there's lots of those, with the tongue, it means something else. And you can't take Eastern mysticism and interpret it in a different cultural mindset, and the same thing with anything else. So it's always very interesting. And I love learning it. I, resonated with Greece and European cultures, because it's what I was raised in, it's what I was from. So the things looked not so foreign, but Native American things used to scare me. They felt very dark, very scary, because they would talk about, death and the other side and things like that. And it just all felt very, not something my culture did at all. I was raised German and Swedish. And so this culture and many cultures have such profound wisdom, and their artwork and their understanding of energies is so insanely detailed that when you learn about it, suddenly, like, why is this thing going around this person's eye and coming out their mouth? Oh, well, that's the serpent. And what that represents is that the sun comes down and then it feeds you, you know, or something like this. So it ends up like, if you open your heart, you communicate at a different level. The stones, your bones, and crystals are the three things that hold memory. Very interesting, right? The Akashic records. But that's one of the most interesting things about some of this, is that these stones not only hold the ceremonies that were done there, and we go with the intention of releasing anything that is pain, anger, things happened in different places. But not that we're going there to work with it. We go there and we have one part of us that's a door that just lets that energy go, transmutes it, frees it, whatever it needs. I'm not getting involved. That's one reason to walk with Jaguar, because Jaguar sees in the dark. Copal and obsidian, all three of them together, they're the trinity of protection and guidance and clarity in all things shadow, literal darkness, mental, fear, emotional, right? All the different levels, manipulation, people trying to push you, force you, gaslight you, yourself, you're doing that to yourself, whatever. Now, when you go into, you maybe resonate with something. I always loved the X's. And in my journey of unraveling this mysteries, there's a lot written and a lot that's wrong and a lot that's old and a lot that's changed and a lot that's not true and a lot that's been put on top of something else and a lot that's been mixed with something. And it's such a mystery. So I was told that it represented the stars, and that made pretty good sense to me, because sometimes they have buildings covered in X's. I mean, covered in them. And it was like, okay, then that's like the sky, the constellations, the stars, where we come from. No. When you finally have access to authentic, lineage-based Mayan wisdom, you find out that it means transformation. It is that place where the masculine and the feminine meet, the above and the below meet, right? It is why the caduceus does this and crosses in your chakras, each of those point. It's the moment of transformation. What is transformation? Ending of the old, beginning of the new. Even if it's a tiny little thing, it's not like, oh, I just shed my whole body and I was reborn a baby. That doesn't mean to be the level of transformation. You know what we mean mentally, emotionally, financially, and most of all, who do you believe you are? Because that is determining the life you're living. These are masters of light. They literally come from the ethers, from the stars, from the earth, from the divine, just like us, to hold a medicine. And they have been holding that medicine. They have been guiding us through these worlds to ourselves for a very long time now. So the honor that I have when I got here and I was like, ooh, a jaguar. Well, that's cool because I love cats. And then the jaguar medicine unfolded. And I kept being called to do another medicine and to go to this particular site and to learn more about it. And then to have Christians start to do the ceremonies and then to do a vision quest. And then it just kept moving. And then the sacred items came to me and the invitations came to me. And I started to work with Ek Blam actually as a guide. And opening star portals. So everything's a stargate as well as earth energies, by the way, all of these. And so both the whole pyramid, every aspect of it, the sacred geometry it's built on, the measurement of the steps, the alignment, it's all like the Great Pyramids. They did all the same stuff and even better, more complex. And so you're sitting on top of the pyramid. It's going to be okay. So whenever you feel like it, just close your eyes. And I'm going to walk you through real soft, quick, dropping into this sacred place because Jaguar is not ready for the journey. But she said that you're here, that she wants you to be here, to just be here like this. To sit down next to me, sit down next to Chris, to feel the vibrations coming from the pyramid below you. You've had to climb quite a bit to get to this point, so this is up. You feel the stones, they're vibrating, talking, moving, the ones underneath you, the ones beneath your feet. And you feel the energy of this incredible altar behind you. This altar is an entire wall of light. You can feel it. You drop deeper into being here. You feel a warm breeze on your cheek. You feel the vibrations coming up the pyramid. They start to feel like a purr, purr, purr. Vibrating in energy from the very land, the waters in the land, the roots of the trees. We call on Grandmother Seba, the tree of life, the roots that are here to gift us your medicine. Send it up through the pyramid into us. Release the wisdom from these stones that is our optimal recipe. What's the medicine? What's the delicious download? What is? I'm ready to receive it. I'm ready to release it. I'm ready to release it. I'm ready to receive it. I am here now. You feel that wall of light behind you, all the symbols, the movement, the flow from above to below. You feel the breath of divine jaguar on your neck coming from the door. You feel beneath you the Alush, the nature spirits. They are moving and dancing, bringing the minerals, bringing the medicine, creating a little circle of beautiful medicine, roots and twigs, stones and symbols. They're dancing around you, creating a little medicine wheel a beautiful mandala of earth, medicine, light now glows from the wall behind you. The stargate is now online. Your heart begins to melt and open. You feel the warmth and love of the mother, the softness of that black silky fur, the soothing purr vibrating through your body, releasing everything. Leave it all here. Leave it all here. We invite you to come with us. It is your time to remember, to see, not just want, to believe, not just hope, to embody, not just imagine. Are you ready to cross that divide? Are you ready to go deep within? I'm ready to take you there. I'm ready to take your heart there. I'm ready to guide you across any river, through any darkness, protected and unseen, guided and nourished by the earth, the divine mother within you, by the stars, because the jaguar has the spots of the fur. And those are the stars and the constellations. So with me, you are the stars and you are the earth. Everything on this altar has come alive. The energies are flowing. Perhaps there's different colors. You rise, leaving your physical body with the alush, with the stones. The sacred women are dancing and chanting, drumming and singing all around you. You hear their beautiful voices. It feels as if their words turn the air into magic. Tiny chimes, glistening stars. The air is alive. You sense it, see it, feel it on your skin. You turn and walk up to the altar. You look up high, you see these beautiful divine beings, the winged ones, watching over you always from above, guiding you always from above, reminding you of your spirit always. You smile as you feel and sense them touch your crown and your wings gently awaken. The flow comes down from above as you watch it overflow. The rain gods, Chak, multiply the water. It purifies, replenishes, saturates, grows, nurtures, glistens. And you walk through it, pouring over you down from above. You walk through the underworld. The water is pouring and washing you clear. It is time for you to receive your nourishment from the divine earth and ascend into the doorway. You walk up now, seeing your feet. Are they bare? Are they women? Are they a man? Are they a child? Do they have shoes or wrapping? What do your clothes look like? Feel the sacredness of each step as you reach the altar. Walk to the center and turn and face the door. Now, my child, you must sit here. You must not enter. There is a perfect time for you to enter, and that will be. And when you come, you will know and you will understand. Now, sit here in your spirit body and commune with Jaguar medicine. Receive love, healing, visions, wisdom. Everything is here. You see now that the ceremony has been set up, that you are sitting on a beautiful carpet. There are candles everywhere. You see the sacred women dancing. You see the sacred priests and priestesses dressed as jaguar. You hear the songs. They are here with you. They are here to prepare you. They are here so that you can walk with Jaguar and know that this powerful medicine is in your hands, in your heart, and in your eyes. And never forget that you will never forget, doubt, or disrespect this sacred medicine. Now is your time. Sit here as they bring you. They bring you things to eat or to drink, to hold. Do they pour petals of red roses over you? Do they bring a fan? Do you feel waves of breath and light, or chimes or gongs around you? Do you smell fresh herbs being rubbed on your forehead or down your back? You're receiving this beautiful purification so that you can come in ready, willing, open, receptive. Now enjoy your ceremony. Receive your messages. Simply relax. Allow the cleansing, healing, celebrating on every level of your being. Receive with gratitude. Accept with joy. I am here, ready and willing, open and receptive to receive this celebration, this initiation, this learning, this download, this preparation, this beautiful moment with all of these energies here at the Jaguar altar. I am here because I am on my journey to discover myself, to be myself, to know myself, to love myself, to express with ease and grace, to walk with stillness and respect, and to flow with the Divine Mother. Guide me, protect me, open my vision, clear my heart. Thank you, Grandmother Mukane. Thank you, Grandmother Jaguar. Thank you, Ek Blam. Thank you, Black Star Jaguar. Thank you to the Balam, the priests and priestesses. You're now receiving your blessings, your wisdom. from the priests and priestesses of the Balam, the Jaguar. It is done. We give great thanks for receiving this beautiful ceremony, for all of this love and wisdom from these masters of light, for the cleansing, healing, the gifts, the soft, loving embrace of divine Mukane, Grandmother Jaguar. Thank you, Ek Blam. Thank you to my Mayan brothers and sisters, to the star people, to Mutakiwase, all our relations. In Laket Shalakin, I am you, you are me, and we are one. Walk with Jaguar and remember to call on her to see through anything. You are guided and protected on your transition. Move forward without fear. Now is the time. And we are here waiting. Arms, hearts wide open. Take our hand, join our circle. Together, the light expands. And so it is. So be it. It is done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. Namaste. Not longer than I expected, but how can you say no to all that yumminess? So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to put that Jaguar journey separate so that we can all have a beautiful opportunity to repeat it. Please remember right here the replay immediately. Please come and talk to me if you would like to come on the retreat. This is where you go. If you go to the shop, you'll see a link for it. If you go to the shop, you'll see a link inside that page or here to talk to me. And anything is possible. People are manifesting this out of not knowing they wanted it or not knowing how. And abundance is just flowing, flowing, flowing. So please let me know how I can support you, seeing you here, holding your hand, answering any of your questions, and ask us. We can send you the itinerary, and we're getting ready to send out our packing list too. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I ask that this circle is open yet unbroken, and this beautiful divine energies stay with us as long as is optimal, with every word, step, breath, touch, and thought. Thank you. I love you, Gracie. Bye bye.